Right then guys, we are back with another one of these builder-led showcases. So today I'm joining Duncan in his amazing city, the Dutch-influenced town of Hoogedam. So Duncan, hello, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm doing fine. I'm absolutely doing fine.
Excellent. So this time, instead of finding you in some random location like I did with Goblin in the pub, you've met me straight outside the main train station here. So I've just got the train up from Whiteberg. Actually, does that... No, that can't happen. We need to get some boats over here.
It needs
There's
to
a
have the
there's
boats.
a huge ocean in between us and there, so I need to make sure I'm not showing off anything secret on the map. But you can see I've just got the voxel map up at the second, guys. So on here you can see the extent of Hoogedam. And Duncan, until recently, or maybe still, Hoogedam was the largest city on the server, but I believe you may be overthrown on that ranking soon with a
Yeah,
secret
yeah.
project going on.
I've noticed something, but don't worry. This city, and because we know one city is going to be the biggest on the server. That was always a fact. But this city is absolutely going to be number two.
Yes.
No doubt beyond that. And the station is proof of that. I mean, it's humongous.
It's actually got bigger, hasn't it, recently? So you've
Yeah.
extended it. Talk to me about the extension on this then.
Yeah, all right. So we changed a little bit on the front as well. So the entire station has changed a little bit just to be more updated with the new building techniques that we have on the server, especially with the walls, etc.
Yep.
But not only that, we have extended on the eastern side. Yeah, the eastern side.
So
Western
past
side. No, the
all of
western side.
yeah, actually no, this is the west, isn't it? There's the sun behind us.
Yes,
You've
this
put
is
in
this is the western side.
tram tracks as well. This is looking cool.
Yeah, so Tima has returned.
Yep.
I don't know if the people already know that on your channel, but
Did
Tima
we?
has returned.
I can't remember if we said it or not in the last update tour. I
I,
know. I
I, I
know.
don't think I wasn't in the city wasn't in the last update tour, so I don't think you
Oh,
have.
maybe not then. No, because what happened was we had a little memorial to him a few months back, and
Well, that's gone.
that's gone now. Good, good, because he's
That's
actually
actually
returned.
gone, but he did it did it himself.
He came back on, destroyed it, threw away the old monument, and went, right, I'm going to get back to work now. Uh,
And he's doing a lot of infrastructure on this
yeah,
place. So
I can see.
this island has gotten bigger,
Yep,
about almost three times its size. Not only because it has a bigger station, but because there's something huge behind it as well.
right, well,
But first, I think we are going to head inside of the train station. I don't know where you are.
sorry, I'm just behind you. I was just looking at the extension down
Yeah.
this end. 'Cause this is the newest bit, isn't it? Is this like a cargo
Yeah,
arm to it?
this is the cargo area over here, and on the other side, there's a completely new royal building as
Right.
well.
Ooh, we'll have a look at that in a second then. I think I can spy a little bit of it. It looks like, yeah. Now I've noticed something looking around the station already. There are these
Mhm.
lions everywhere. What's going on with these guys?
Well, the lions, in 1912, there was still a lot of these little ramps around the train station,
Right.
and they had 15 lions all around the train station that they were protecting Amsterdam. At
So
least that was the story behind it. So these lions are protecting Hoogedam from invaders and that kind of stuff.
nice. I love it. That sort of part of lore is what makes this server so different to everywhere else. Having random little bits like that. But you were saying, so that's real life. That's actually happened in
Yeah, it
Amsterdam where you
actually
based it
happened in
on. Yeah.
Amsterdam, but unfortunately, they don't exist anymore in Amsterdam. Because the train station expanded, more domes got behind it, the tracks became longer, the island grew
Right.
even more than over here. So they don't exist anymore, which is really a shame because I actually love these little details.
Yeah, those are really cool little details. Right, so you mentioned about going on inside. Should we venture in and
Yeah,
see what's
we
going on?
should. We should. So, this part actually became a little bit bigger, just 3 blocks.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's not a noticeable difference,
I
but
wouldn't have
it's a
thought that was a
difference.
notable difference. No, I remember coming in here when you first built it. When that must have been October time last year when you
Yeah,
joined the
yeah,
server.
yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah, yeah. This was the first building I made.
I know. And do you know what happened after you built it? It showcased in that server update tour, and suddenly the floodgates opened. And all the Dutch builders came in, didn't they?
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Oh, it's insane.
They saw it and went, "Ooh, we better come over here. We need to see
Dutch
this."
stuff. Gekoloniseerd.
So there's that other building in Amsterdam that kind of looks like this, isn't there? Is it the something museum, the Rijksmuseum?
Yeah, that's true. The Rijksmuseum. It was on the other side of the city,
Right.
and I am absolutely going to build it at some point on the other side of the city, but we are not there yet.
No, I know that's a
So
big feat and a half. That will be.
It's a building for in the future. So welcome to the inside, and there's a new dome. It's a lot bigger actually.
It's
We
really
even have some
big.
extra tracks.
Wow. Look at this. So you've got some running tracks down the centre here to allow trains to shunt up and down, I guess.
Yeah, so that's something that's actually new on this entire train station over here, and we've got some lamps because electricity was something that was fairly new in the Netherlands back then, and they had these hanging lamps in the middle of the dome.
They're really cool. I like this design actually.
Do you want to know something funny?
What?
I actually made them today.
Oh right.
So that it would look fine in the video.
They are brand new. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, they are actually brand new. Yeah.
Now these are really cool. So this bottom part here is just like debugged glass panes, isn't it?
Yeah.
It gives you a sort of conical look to it, but it's a detail that I notice I'm using a lot myself around town, and I can see that you guys use it for your street lamps out there back in the city as well. But yeah, this gives a really cool effect. Like in the shader pack I'm using now, there's a slight smokiness as I sort of look down the track, like a train's just sort of pulled through here, left all its steam behind and gone off again.
To be honest, I don't even have shaders at the moment. Should I put it on?
Well, only if you want to see it, but I mean, the magistry of this place, Duncan, is, even without shaders, it looks incredible as well. I mean, showing it off in shaders is just a little bit paint, a little bit sort of makeup to add to the build itself, isn't it?
That is true. That's absolutely true.
Now, I keep resisting the urge to say this. I'm going to crawl right up into your face and say this, but Duncan...
Oh my god, no.
I see that planning's still up in the air over there.
Yeah, and the planning is absolutely up in the air everywhere. It's
I'm really interested actually what that boat is. It looks like a mismatch between many boats, but we won't. Let's not sidetrack the tour by looking at that.
We can walk over there.
Oh right, okay.
Wait. We are going down here, up to here.
Yeah. Oh, you come back out this side. Okay.
Yeah, so we come back on this side of the train station, and we can actually walk all the way over there. It's a funny thing that you actually notice the tram tracks, and the tram tracks are riding all across of the station because the people in Amsterdam and in Hoogedam actually complained about the fact that the walk from the one side to the other side of the train station was too long. So there's one track that's just an electric, which is an electric tram that's just riding in circles.
Oh right,
all
around the footprint.
The train station, so that people could get to the other side of the train station.
That is a really cool little detail as well to add. Ah, look at this place. So this is the royal place, is it? We're just round the back of it.
No, it's not.
Oh right, okay.
No, these are just some docks over here. So. In real life, behind Amsterdam's central station, there were docks. There was with ships that were sailing all over the place to all of the different cities and big cities all around the Netherlands.
Yep.
And all of these buildings are just cafes or places where people actually lived.
Oh right, so they're just normal townhouses, really.
Yeah. So this island was artificially created. And the Dutch wanted to integrate the train station within the city, so they decided to make houses like these on the other side of the train station, so that it looked like that was part of the city, while it was actually just an attachment to the city.
That actually makes a lot of sense, and it's kind of how I would do it as well, because I hate when you have a station that's kind of just dumped on the outskirts of town, and it's never been integrated, because it kind of looks like it's on its own. and usually the town grows up around it. But like you're saying, this place was actually purposely built as an island to house the train station, wasn't it? So they
Yeah,
had to
that's true.
forcibly
Yeah.
put the buildings on, like seeding it. That's really cool. Now I've noticed as well some other little lovely little details you've got over here. What on earth is that in that item frame?
This this is a structure void. So in the game you have its own form of world edit.
Yep.
And you have the structure block and the structure void for that. And those are the different I lost a block. It's an invisible small block, but I honestly don't really know how it works.
Wow.
But I know that you use those two different blocks on either sides. And then you can copy and paste something like that. But as you can see, they make for great wheels.
That's
Um,
well, it matches perfectly with the warped wood that we now have in the game.
oh yeah,
Strangely enough.
absolutely, absolutely, yeah. And this is just a little baby carriage.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Proper nice little pram going around. That's a detail that I've never seen done before like this in game. And as you know, Duncan, you are the master yourself of random little details like these. I've noticed so many are going around the place. Even just like
Yes,
these bollards here.
It's insane. It's everywhere. Details everywhere, people.
So this is the most. I think Hoogedam has to be the most detailed place in the world so far. I'm
And I think-
one for slapdash. I like to put a building up quickly, make sure it looks okay, move on to the next. But you seem to spend hours crafting away at little details.
That's the thing. I do spend a lot of time to create all the details and such, but I do it in a really fast manner because I know what I'm doing. I know what I can use. So a house like these over
Yeah.
here, those are pretty detailed houses. Take me about half an hour to make,
Okay. Because you
which
know
is
what
fairly
details
short.
you're going for. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
And
it's really
sure,
cool. I love this.
whenever I try something new, then it takes a little bit more time, of course. But
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, you like to use walls a lot, don't you, rather than the actual blocks themselves, which
yeah,
is a good
absolutely.
way of doing it. You build some nice windows out of that, doing it that way as well, which is always good.
And walls are one of the most beautiful blocks in the game because you can do literally anything with it, especially with the debug stick. I mean, no shape is impossible.
Oh no, we're getting the debug
I mean,
stick out now.
Yes, I always have a debug stick and
Same, I
and a
got like
wooden axe.
64 of them here, and also another one for doing my tools as well. Always, you can tell someone uses Word Edit when they stack their stuff in the bottom corner, ready to use all of their tools.
Yep. So whenever we walk over here, by the way, as you can see, there are tons of ships going about over here, and this is actually a very quiet day.
Okay.
So you see tons of ships over here, and this is normally just the
Full,
bare
yeah.
minimum of ships in this area. And as you can see in the air, there are a lot of different ships in the planning. Some for fireman ships, a really big passenger ship,
Yep.
all kinds of stuff, really.
No, it's looking great, Duncan. This is excellent. I like these sail ships, like these clippers. This is kind of what I wanted to build in Wolverhampton, but never got around to doing it. So I ended up building that steamer instead. But these are just perfect for putting in a town to add a bit more depth, because at this time period, people were still using these sail ships. They probably had like a motor added to them, like a coal engine, but they still had the sails on them to take them around.
And not
Because
only that, if you go to the Netherlands, as we speak, there are still a lot of sailing ships all over the place.
oh yeah, it's the same here with lots of yachts. Everyone still uses like sails on their yachts and stuff, so it's not an uncommon sight even in 2021. So that's perfect. But yeah, so
this ship actually is in the workshop. So if you need a clipper like this,
well, I think I will go take one because I feel like a clipper in Wolverhampton River would do very well. Apart from the fact that the river is like at an angle and all the ships now sitting at 90 degrees, so they're all looking a bit funky there. But I think I might take it and give it a rotate and see what happens there.
yeah, I'll see. I'm very curious to see that.
Well,
by the way, I've got a horse.
Oh yeah, This
It's a
absolute
really big horse.
stallion, Jesus! I remember
Um,
seeing this. I went to the workshop the other day, and I saw these two horses there, and I was like, "Oh my god, they are beautiful." But you can really tell it's a horse as well. Like the face, the hoofs coming up like this. It looks like it's doing a bit of a dressage rather than actually walking along. But it's really cool. So is that all just made out of walls and full blocks? Yeah.
it's walls and full blocks and stairs and slabs and just everything, even a button.
And then just debugged out to. I mean, I can see through this leg here, Duncan.
Yeah, we need to fix this in the texture pack because
Yeah.
yeah, then it would look even better.
Exactly. So, next
Yeah.
part of the city. What else have you got to show me then?
Well, I think that we're going to the other side of the train station because there's not a lot that you can actually see over here right now. That's actually wait, this is a very interesting bridge. So the Dutch have tons of bridges. The waterways were mainly the main roads in that time era. So bigger ships should be able to come into the city, which meant that all of these kind of bridges couldn't be too low or should be some way removable. So this little bridge over here can actually turn 90 degrees.
Oh, excellent. It's a swing bridge, yeah. I love these sort of bridges. So this opens up and allows boats to come through, and then hopefully they can fit underneath this next bridge here.
Hopefully they can fit over here. Yeah, absolutely.
I really like the use of the red nether brick here because it gives it that nice painted metal look to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And this was the exact same color scheme that it used to have back in the day. So
Yeah.
I really wanted to have it that color because, well, I'm a sucker for details.
I know. And well, not just that, it's just really cool. Now, I know we haven't even left the station yet, but I have spied something else that you were working on the other day, and that is the sign for Hoogedam. And I know I think you took yourself off to not even the workshop, into a private world, didn't you, to start designing the smallest layers you could possibly make.
Yeah, so I actually have one that's a little bit bigger, and you can actually see that on the side of the building here next to this. Then you can see the two sizes next to each other.
Oh yeah,
This little cafe over here.
yeah, I see that. Yeah,
over here. So on the side,
yeah, it says. Okay, so
those
this is
are 3 tall and those are 2 tall. And so the server was offline.
Yeah.
And I I was bored, so I made 2 alphabets in 2 different sizes. Because why not?
Not exactly. I think it works. It's a cool. I like the different size text actually, but the ones you have done, like the one on the side here, really does add that extra bit of detail. Now, I can remember, I don't know if you've ever seen a picture of it, but my original world, my original Whiteberg city, there was a train station that had a covering just like this. And it just had the letters, I think it had either welcome to WBC written on it, but like in big, chunky text. I'll try and splice that into the video, but that's a sort of, it's taken me back like a homage to it. Like I've just seen it and gone, wow, that's taken me back about 4 or 5, no, probably 6 or 7 years now to what I built all that time ago.
Oh yeah, I can absolutely imagine that. Well, yet again, I take a lot of inspiration from Amsterdam, so you're going to hear a lot about Amsterdam. But this is actually the same thing that goes over in Amsterdam. There's Amsterdam on this dome, and that was actually one of the things that they said on the original building.
Yeah.
So it was in 1890 that they put it on here.
Oh right, so in our world, I've fallen down. In our world, it's only about 20 odd years old. All right, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a really young station.
Yeah, it's very grand, very interesting. But yeah, so I'll let you take me on to the rest of the place then.
Yeah, all right. Let's go over here. We are going to follow the tram tracks because why not? And there's a small bridge over here. And this is actually one of the newest parts that I've been building on. Before we started, I said to you, oh yeah, then You said 10 minutes, and I said, "Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I can." And then I can finish my corner building. That is actually the corner building.
Oh, okay. Right. Well, it's an interesting one. What's it? It's part of this house, is it?
It's just a building.
Oh, okay.
It's just a building, just as a filler on the corner.
Yeah.
Nothing that too special.
Oh, I keep gazing back over there now and just getting all sorts of views of the station. I can't stop taking my eyes off it. Wow,
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
it's really big, but it's one of the eye catchers on the server. I remember I believe it was from Matti or somebody else, one of the new recruits on the server,
Yeah.
and we were all inside of a group chat. And I actually said to the people, all right, so I'm going to change the entire station of Hoogedam. And people were mad at me.
Yeah.
People did not like that at all.
Well, do you know what? I think Timo took that a little bit too far one day, didn't he? And he
Oh,
decided to change the whole station.
absolutely. Oh my god. It was a little bit brutalist.
A big block of stone appeared on
Oh
over
my
there.
god, it was terrible.
Oh,
I didn't know what to think. I was just looking at it. I couldn't smile. I couldn't cry. I couldn't do
no.
anything. I was just like, okay. I worked on I've been working on this for 2 more weeks now. I don't want to redo everything again.
And it
I
was
was
lucky.
not happy.
No, I
I
know.
was not happy.
It was lucky we had a backup. I could go in and take some schematics for it and come and paste it back in place. But yeah, that was scary. I'm not gonna lie. I stood here and I looked over while I was pasting it back in, going, I hope this works, because that was just a big block of concrete, really.
Well, to be honest, all what was lost was the dome.
Yeah,
So, and the dome was quite easily to remake for me. So, luckily, it was just that.
I know.
Otherwise, it would be very, very sad.
Well, still, I'm happy it's there. Now, it forms this feature piece in this part of town, but walking down these streets, it feels like a real city. I haven't once walked through here and gone, this feels empty, this feels barren. It feels beautiful. The trees work, the small little details, like even this railing around the edge of the pond here, well, not pond, basin for the canal boats in there. And I saw as well, there's like a little robin just chilling down there by
Oh yeah,
by the side of the railings.
it's actually pretty fun. Just go around the entire city and count every bird over here.
Yeah,
There are so many birds in this city. Not only birds, there are even some other animals as well. So, yeah.
that's a good little detail again. I mean, one day we have to play a game of count all the statues of me in Whiteberg, but we'll get onto that one day.
Yes, yes.
Oh, this is a little garage in here. Oh, I've
Yeah,
not
so
seen
this
one of these before. Yeah,
this is actually a small place in which they repair. So there's are some oil stains
yeah.
on the floor because why not? And some chains hanging down. It's really little details, but I think it works.
It does, and I think this is the first 2 block wide car I've ever seen. Everyone
It
always
was
seems to
actually
build
the,
them 3 block, but
it was actually the first car that I made over here. But I make my cars way differently now.
yeah.
I've created a new wheel design, so yeah.
Okay, I haven't seen that yet, but yeah. Oh, this is cool. So this is a nice little square area around here. And is that a large?
Yeah, absolutely. So back in the day, there weren't things like roundabouts that just didn't exist yet. But sometimes you would have little crossings
Yeah.
with a statue or something like that in the middle, and that would function as the very first idea of a roundabout. So yeah, that's basically an homage to that.
Nice. Yeah, it works. It sits here nicely, and it gives you a sort of centre point then to come stand at and look down these avenues. All of these little details. Duncan, this is beautiful down through here.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Down towards the church, yeah.
That's an area that I want to save for the last, I think.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Just something that we are going to walk through in a minute. I just want to go over here because around the corner is the most detailed house in Hoogedam.
Oh right, I think I can see it. Is
And
it the one with all the coral on it?
It's no, it's this
Oh,
one.
this one. Oh, okay. Wow. The windows are vibrant. Look at
Yeah,
that.
they are very, very vibrant. Yeah, but the effect is really nice, especially with the texture pack that we have. You can
Yep.
create really small windows, but by putting on envots in front of it, you can create even smaller windows.
This
And
is
not only
insane.
that, there's just so much going on in this little build. It's quite a big building actually for Dutch standards.
Yeah, I was just looking at it going, it must be two buildings, and it is. It's two houses, isn't it? Or two structures, but
Yeah, nowadays it is. Because back in the day, you had some big mansions, such like these. This is considered a mansion in the Netherlands. And yeah, what happened over time is that things became a little bit crowded in the city. So big buildings like these actually got multiple doors and entries
yep.
for to get multiple buildings out of one building. Sometimes they would even sell the basement as one separate
Oh yeah,
house.
easily done. I just like it. It's a good looking build. Lots of lines, lots of different details in there. Yeah, that's like you said, really detailed. Now, I always get drawn to these as well because these are done using the debug stick, aren't they? In order to get the
No, yeah,
no.
yes, no. I found some new ways to integrate curl. Because now you can use the //perf neighbors, and then you can turn that off, and
Yeah.
you can also do that with the update. And whenever you do that with the update, and you do this copy paste really fast,
Yep.
then you can actually paste the stuff that's holding their
Oh,
color.
now
So you can do it
that's
a
good.
little bit easier now. It's still not perfect because you still have to get every piece individually,
Yep.
but it's getting there
Well, I think that's
slowly.
probably the best way to do it. It doesn't require the debug stick, which is always a good tool to
Yeah,
have, but
absolutely.
using World Edit's always great as well. No, this is good. Do you know? I've never been to the Netherlands, but I do know the iconic sort of Dutch gable that then has the sort of thing sticking out for the use it as a warehouse, don't they? At these top floors, so you can lower up and
Not
down
only
winches.
that, not only that, because some buildings were actually warehouses, but almost every building in Amsterdam actually had them, and not just to for the warehouses, but also to bring up furniture.
Oh right,
So in the Netherlands, we have really small houses, really thin houses, and so that means that the staircases needed to be really thin and really steep as well. You can imagine putting a bank up to
yeah, I know.
to a really, really, really steep staircase.
Yeah.
Doesn't really work that well. So they actually use those little gables to pull those up and put them through the window inside of the buildings.
Oh right.
So all those little window parts actually were pretty big windows that could open up completely.
Yeah. Now that's something I didn't know, but that makes perfect sense because otherwise, how are you going to get it up the stairs? Yeah, it's not something we have in the UK much. I think we managed to have stairs wide enough to fit stuff up, but where all these buildings are so narrow and there's no back to them, is there? In the
Well,
sense of
it's actually a pretty common complaint from people from outside of the Netherlands that the stairways are always too steep for them,
yeah, no, it's
which
lovely,
I think is just really funny.
perfect. So this is walking up towards this main square this way. I mean, I've been through this a few times on my server update tours, and I've
Yeah,
seen
you absolutely did indeed. But we have changed a little bit over there. The
okay.
the fun fair is gone.
Oh, where's the fun
Yeah,
in that?
no, no, the fun fair is going to be on another square now in the city. And I said it to you before. Whiteberg is creating some massive stuff. Rome is doing something
Yeah,
huge, and I want to compete with that with my city, but in the Dutch style because the Dutch doesn't really have those humongous squares and humongous parks and that kind of stuff.
yeah.
But I can make for a nice square looking very decently. So we've been working on it. It's not finished yet, But this is going to be the main square of the area with the palace
Oh,
on that side now.
yep.
And you might see the Magna Plaza on the other side of it,
It's in the background there, yeah.
just
So
like
that's
it should be in real life.
so that building. I don't know if I mentioned it. I think I have before. You've updated it now, haven't you? But the original building it's actually built from is about 6 or 7 years old. That Tima started all that time ago,
Yeah.
and I saved from our old server, and he was so happy to see it again. But you guys have really taken it from that to this 1.16 sort of style now, with all of the walls, all the different colours. Back when it came out the storage, it was like sandstone and brick. That was it. There was
Oh yeah,
nothing else in it.
absolutely. We've done so much about it, and unfortunately, a few things still need to be debugged because it was accidentally copy and pasted without the perf
Oh
commands.
yeah,
But luckily it's not that many stuff, so it's quite an easy fix. But we did not only redo the stuff that was already there. We created some extra towers, and the back is completely new.
yeah.
We did so much around this area, to be honest.
That's
And
beautiful.
yeah, it is absolutely insane. It's a really nice looking building. It's actually one of my favorite buildings in the city so far.
Yeah. No, that's going to look great once it's integrated properly into the city. But no, this is cool. I like your idea for the square. Squares are always a really good way of having that sort of nice formality about the place. I can't get over. These are cool. These are really nice. I've never seen someone do their little planters like this before. I've always wanted to do something like this. Sorry, I've run away into the gardens over here.
Yeah, but yeah, hello, I'm here.
This is lovely. A proper nice formal garden, and these trees are really good.
Yeah, the trees are absolutely amazing. So these are the trees that I believe Limbo and Hotkey made, but I changed a little bit about them. So whenever you have a look at these stems,
Yep.
it actually has a proper trunk going from thick to smooth to thick above it again to create that extra little realism in it.
Yeah, it's not something you would see straight away, but then once you look at the tree a bit more, you see the shape forms better. Yeah, it's
So yeah,
nice.
and we've done that with every single tree over here, and we are going to do to a few others in Hoogedam as well.
Do you know what? It just scares me to think that until we discovered the perf, like neighbor update or whatever it was command, when you moved something that had debug in it, it was just like a death sentence for knowing you had to carry on debugging it after it was done.
Yes, it was so terrible. Luckily, we can do so much more right now. I'm so happy about that. So this, like I said, this is a really nice square, and this little fountain is actually something that existed in 1912.
Okay,
It's called well, I don't recall its original name, but the locals called it Neeltje
right.
because of the woman on top.
Yes, I can see that. It's a beautiful
It's,
lady
it's,
up here.
it's a beautiful lady, absolutely. Um, but yeah, so Neeltje was a really famous and well-known statue and fountain that actually stood on the Dam Square.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, she didn't make it for long, and in 1914 they had to get rid of her, unfortunately.
Oh right.
So yeah,
That's
so it's and something that I'm really happy with. If you look at water, it's actually half. It's not a complete water block.
no. I've just realised that. So that's how have you done that? I was looking at it
So
sort of like what, but yeah, you've have you like soaked? Yeah. Okay.
so whenever you set something with water, you can actually add a level difference to it. So whenever I do, for example, why not level 7? Um, then you can actually create these very thin looking puddles.
What?
Uh, Yeah, and you
Now,
can make them even bigger as well. But there's a slight difference, I believe, whenever you do it inside of an encased area than whenever you do it on just a different area, because it's always trying to connect to something. Water
yeah.
is in the game is trying to connect to something. You can actually see that in another area in the city soon as well. So I'm going to show that off a little bit more proper. But yeah, like this, you can create little puddles, but you can also use them for maybe greenhouses
Ooh.
as a roof.
Sorry, I'm just jumping in this tiny little puddle. Yeah, that could be used as glass, I see. That is really interesting. Now, does it... doesn't...
It does disappear whenever you put something
Yeah.
next to it. So you have to do this with world edits. It's
Yeah.
it's absolutely a
It's,
world
it's,
edit
it's one of
thing.
those things that you can't touch. If you touch, it breaks. But
Yeah,
no one should
absolutely.
be
Yeah.
touching things. I spied this as well. This is a lovely little detail, just the glass coming down. At a distance, I thought it was water, and I was like, what? How have you done that? Knowing full well that you probably had some magician's sort of technique up your sleeve where you could do that, but no, it's just glass. But
Well,
still.
to be honest, you said that you were going to put in the comment blocks, so I might even know something better, which I'm going to show you soon. Uh,
Am I regretting confirming about the change to the command blocks?
I'm
But
really sorry. I just want to see how it works.
as long as the lag doesn't come back, then you'll
Yeah,
be
that's.
fine.
Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. It will be fine.
We'll be fine indeed. Now, I've spied something quite nice over here. This building, but I recognise those statues on the side as well, and I will not be stepping foot inside that church. So we'll be burning it
Don't
to the
worry,
ground.
there's nothing inside of that church. Don't worry. I haven't made an inside. But it is a really cool looking church, though. It's modeled after the Amsterdam church called Het Duifje,
Okay,
which translates to the little pigeon.
that's an interesting name for a church.
Yeah, I think so too, but it is a really cool looking church.
No,
And
it's lovely. It's one of those sort of neoclassical churches, like almost Palladian, and it's a style you just don't see in Dutch architecture, is it at all? But looking at
oh,
it,
absolutely.
you can see how that then translated to the other Dutch buildings.
And we can actually have a look on the back over there. There are no buildings over here, but
Oh,
the
right.
back
So,
has been made. Uh, and you can see how this would fit way better within the Dutch architecture.
what's going on here? And why is this room? Is this like some sort of sacred hell in here? What is happening in there? That is.
Um,
I
I
know you're
tried
going for
something.
stained glass windows,
Yeah, I
but you
tried
meant
something
you meant to put the
new.
stained glass. You meant to put the glass out first before you put it in the window. Now it's just constantly burning. No, it does work.
It's not finished yet. You see, the glass still needs to be melted into the right spots.
I like, yeah, the faces on it as well. The bats. That's a lovely detail. It's just demonic in nature.
It's just really demonic, yeah, absolutely.
So that's what
But
the
whenever
frog.
you look from afar, and you zoom in, it actually looks really cool.
Oh yeah, that's fine. And I can't see it from this distance because the sun's in my eyes. But this is
Oh
what
yeah.
happens in the frogs' church. They're in there
No.
praising Satan with their burning windows. Just think of that, guys. This is why the CDP is better, because
No, it's
we
not.
don't. You know what happens with the pineapples. You accept it.
Yeah, what do you do with a pineapple? You never do it on you never do it on a pizza.
No, but well, we do eat pineapple on the pizza.
No, don't.
That's what we do in the CDP.
No.
That's what we do.
Now I truly know that it's demonic.
That's the cruelness of it. We worship the pineapple, and we also eat it on pizza.
Oh my god.
So, Duncan, I spy some beautiful building in the front of me. Are we meant to see that yet or not?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay.
Why not? We can go over there.
So, this was your application build, wasn't it?
It's not.
Oh,
It's not, no.
what was your application?
Don't worry, I did not make a 45 degrees angled church.
What for your
No,
application? Did you not?
I did not. It was built on the old server, or not completely. I finished
Oh,
it on
okay.
this server, to be honest. Um, but it is my first angled, 45 angled build that I made on this server.
Yeah,
And which just happened to be a giant church, because why not?
it's
Uh,
beautiful. It's utterly beautiful.
and
It's
it
it's
caused me
huge.
so many headaches.
Yeah, I can see. You just have to sort of commit to it. But these windows around the side are really cool. I like the way you've done the circles on the diagonals as well. That's a really hard thing to do, but you've nailed that.
Oh yeah, it's every single thing on this entire church was a hard thing to do, uh, but it was worth it. Just to get every detail in it and to get the shapes right. And it's really nice. So whenever you actually fly, why not? Let's stand on this bridge over here.
Okay.
Um, my goal was to create a city that was as detailed as possible with the nice little windows and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But whenever you look on a 45 degrees angle to all of these houses, it doesn't look like it is on a 45 degrees angle. It more looks like it's the same quality as the rest of the city. And that's something that's very important to me.
Mm-hmm.
So, especially with the window designs, etc., because you always struggle whenever you are trying to do something in a 45 or any angle for that matter, to make it a little bit like the rest of it. Otherwise, it wouldn't fit to the rest of your city. And I'm very proud to say that this entire street, this entire 45 degrees angle street, feels like it's part of the rest of the city.
Yeah, and I can concur. It looks great. It actually does look like it's meant to be there. But you're right. Building in angles, you have to try and see how it would work when blended with things at 90 degrees. And this is something I do as well for Wolverhampton. I did that whole area at several different angles because you sort of work your way from 45 up to 22 and a half, and then even further up through until you're at 4 or 5 blocks. But then eventually you get back to 90 degrees and it kind of looks okay without causing too many headaches.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's just yeah. Let's go over here.
That's fine. Hang on. I'm just noticing like a huge frame rate tear around here. What is that?
I have no idea. I'm also noticing it.
Yeah.
But I have no idea where it comes from.
Okay. But no, this is a beautiful little street. It's just quaint. I love that word. But you've got small little buildings that are just sort of sitting here on corners. This is a tiny little building.
Yeah, there are a lot of. This is actually a hotel.
Oh,
No
okay.
joke. It's a really small building, but in real life, it's a hotel.
It's like
Which I think is quite nice.
It is, yeah. Especially when you've got a small little square down the side here with little eateries out. This is Duncan. This is great. This is the sort of details you expect to find in a city. But the fact that it's not just been built by, it's been built by you and Tima, and that's it. It's just been you two, mainly you. It's crazy.
So, Tima did build several houses. Let's sit with it by now. Tima did build some houses over here, not in this area, but some other places.
Yep.
And but he mainly focuses on the infrastructure of the city and creating the new areas and the land masses, tracks, that kind of stuff. Well, I do most of the building over here, like the houses, the little details, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And sometimes Ozzy used to do it in the beginning. Then he was building over here quite a lot. Now Matti is trying to help us with some ships, which is really nice. And Lanwan even did some buildings over here lately.
Really? That surprises me. Very nice. Oh, look at this. I just spied this as well when I was sitting down. So this is a little cracked bit of pavement with some water flowing out into it.
So yeah, this is a little drainage pipe from above, and there's some water leaking out.
So this is what, just debugged walls, or actually no, you can waterlog stairs, can't you?
Yeah, you can.
Perfect ideas there. So Duncan, what left is there in the city you wish to show off today? Because we've seen a very large majority of it, but I can
We
tell
have
there's a lot more
seen.
to see.
Yeah, we have seen a lot. I know it's. Oh yeah, this is a small clothing store,
Yeah, if I
which is
set foot in
really
here, I set
nice.
on fire. But no, we showed this off, I think, in one of the update tours. But it's a really nice little detail. The way you've done the carpet just works for a shop like this.
Yeah, absolutely. I took some inspiration from some really nice and luxury clothing stores out there, and I just had to include a carpet like this.
And do you know what else really works? The really big windows that you can just see the whole
Yeah,
city out
true.
of. Mm,
True, it's a really nice view, and that's actually with a lot of the buildings. Whenever the city is or the block around it is finished, then it's just a really nice view from the windows.
yeah, that's the thing, and that's why building some interiors are nice to do because you get some good vistas from it, rather than just standing out on the streets. You finally get to go inside and actually look out and see how it's meant to be seen. But
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
what's this little
So
corner shop here?
I don't know. This was made by Aussie.
Oh right,
This is one of the buildings made by Aussie.
I think it might be a pub.
I don't know, to be honest.
But I've noticed these walls are made out of the stripped part of the mushroom stem, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Yeah,
That's cool. I like that.
it's really nice to see because I one of my main rules as a builder is that whenever you have a block, don't see the block as its purpose in the game. Just see it as its texture. You can actually use it for everything.
Yeah,
I'm just looking at this, and whenever I place it next to wool, for example, and they are slightly altered, of course, in this texture pack, but you can see similarities between the two blocks. So why wouldn't this be a good opinion for another type of wool? I don't know. Um, you can use whatever you want. Another great example that I always like to put out is you see granite, and we see it as some kind of stone in a particular color. And same goes for andesite, diorite, that kind of stuff.
yeah.
But if you place dirt next to it, it basically has the same texture, so why couldn't this be a brown colored stone?
Yeah, now you're getting on to. Yeah, I'm happily texture buildings with dirt. I do this, and it's fine. But obviously, in the wider community, people look at dirt and they go, You're building a dirt house," and it shocks them, doesn't it? Shocks them
Yeah,
into thinking you. But you're right. Blocks are blocks. You can use stripped woods for stone. You can use stone for pieces of wool. It's
yeah,
endless.
absolutely.
Like we use coral
So
here as stones.
before we go inside of here,
Yeah.
you've done plenty of tours to my through my city, but you have never been in this alleyway.
No, I didn't even
And
know it was here.
it's actually one of the very first things that we finished in the city.
Really?
And
How have I missed this place?
you have never been in this alleyway. So this is a place that I actually want you to see.
Okay. Oh wow, that's quite an incredible staircase. This little
It's
park
a
over here. This is
it's a
cool.
fire escape staircase.
Yeah, it is. Oh, that's really cool. So that's on the back of. Is that a hotel? Isn't it? Around the front.
This is the hotel, yeah.
No, nice little courtyard round here. Lots of little details again. And then is this where the smallest house in Hoogedam is? Or have I missed that again?
No, you missed the one again.
I keep missing that building. I've never seen it. I haven't seen it in person. Oh,
I
this
will
is
show it
nice.
to you after the tour. Otherwise, we have to go all the way back.
Yeah. Do you know? I think I've been here. Surely I've been here because I remember the robins in the tree.
Yeah, you do.
I don't know. I'll have to look back at some footage from yonks ago and see where I actually came back here.
I actually really do love these fences, though.
Yeah,
It has something fantasy about it. I don't know.
Yeah, I would say it's
It's
Renaissance styled. It's kind of got that. I don't know. There is something odd about them, but they work. Your large
it's
spheres of debug.
I actually love them.
That's a
So
lovely little square.
this is a lovely little gate that you can go through, and then you can actually find a small statue over here.
Perfect. Right, we've been going for about an hour.
Yeah,
Um,
it's insane. I
I
know.
know there's so much to see, but I think we may cut it there.
I think that's a good place to stop. We can actually stop at the Muntor over here.
Oh yeah, if you come back here, we'll just restart before we move on.
Oh, oh.
It's okay. The art of cutting things up. Right then, Duncan. So that's actually a really nice little alleyway down there. I liked that. So I was thinking we've probably seen enough of Hoogedam for today. Not that I don't want to
Yes.
see more of it, but
No, no.
there's so much
There's
to see.
There's plenty to see, but it's taking a while.
No, that's what's nice, and the fact we've walked around it. I think we've been filming for the best part of an hour. So what that tells you is you can walk around this city in real time, like you would normally walk around the city in about an hour, in that sort of city centre
Yeah,
space.
yeah,
So it's
yeah.
great.
And imagine this is maybe a few percent of the entire city in the
Yeah,
end. So just imagine how much bigger this will be.
it's amazing. Well, Duncan, thank you so much for showing me around. I really enjoyed my time here, and I can't wait to come back. I mean, you've got a lot to show me next time, so once we get back on, maybe in a couple of months' time, you can show me where you put the fun fair, what you've done with the rest of that square, and whatever else comes of it. Because I can see railway line over there, planning
Oh
up
yeah,
in the air.
there is
Uh,
going to happen a
yeah,
lot over here.
excellent.
Absolutely a lot.
Well, thank you guys for watching, and remember, get inspired, get building, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.